Hi, welcome to our channel, Programming of Mind, where we accelerate your knowledge with concise, from high-value book summaries. Let's begin. Who you are matters. The identity conversation within. In every difficult conversation, there's a silent conversation happening beneath the surface. It is not about facts or feelings. It is about who we are. It is the voice that asks, what does this say about me? Am I competent? Am I a good person? Am I respected? Am I loved? These questions may not be spoken out loud, but they shape how we react and how deeply we are affected. By the words of others, they shape our fear, our resistance, our pain. The identity conversation is the most private part of a difficult conversation, but also the most powerful. It touches the core of how we see ourselves and how we want others to see us. Imagine a teacher named Asha who receives negative feedback from a parent. The parent says, "I don't think you're managing the class." Well, on the surface, it sounds like a comment on her performance, but deep inside, Asha hears something else. She hears, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I've failed. These thoughts hit hard, not because the feedback is mean, but because it strikes at her identity as a caring, responsible teacher. If she does not understand what's really hurting her, she might become defensive or shut down or feel deeply ashamed. But if she can recognize the identity conversation within, she can face the feedback with strength instead of fear. Everyone wants to see themselves in a positive light. We want to believe we are good, capable, worthy. So when a difficult conversation threatens that belief, we react not to the words, but to the fear underneath. This fear can make us feel like we're falling apart, like we're being judged at the deepest level. But here is the truth. No single moment, no single conversation defines who you are. You're more than one mistake, one misunderstanding, or one tough interaction. You are a growing, evolving human being, and every conversation is just a small part of a much bigger picture. A man named Ibrahim was laid off from a company he had served for 15 years. He was heartbroken, not just because he lost a job, but because he felt like he lost his identity as a provider, a leader, a valued team member. When his manager tried to talk to him about the layoff, he was too angry to listen. He believed the conversation was not about business. It was about who he was as a person. Only later, after some time and reflection, was he able to separate his worth from the decision. He realized that losing a job does not mean losing value. He was still the same smart, hardworking, dedicated person, and he would rise again. Understanding the identity conversation allows you to stay grounded in the middle of emotional storms. When you know who you are, you do not fall apart. When someone questions you, you can listen without fear, because your sense of self does not depend on their opinion. This gives you the power to say, yes, I made a mistake, but I am not a failure. Yes, I need to improve, but I am still worthy. Yes, this is hard, but I am strong enough to face it. There was a mother and daughter who had drifted apart for years. Every conversation turned into a fight. The daughter felt like her mother never listened. The mother felt like her daughter always criticized her. The real issue was not about words, it was about identity. The mother wanted to be seen as a loving, caring parent. The daughter wanted to be seen as an independent adult. When they finally spoke honestly, they said what mattered most: I want you to see me. I want you to believe in me. That honesty softened their hearts and opened a door that had been shut for too long. You cannot avoid the identity conversation, but you can learn to manage it. The first step is awareness. Notice what the conversation is bringing up inside you. Ask yourself, what part of my identity feels threatened right now? Is it my sense of fairness, my intelligence, my kindness? Then remind yourself of the bigger truth. You're not defined by this one moment. You are not broken. You are human, with strengths and flaws, with wins and losses, with lessons and light. When you are aware of the identity layer, you also become more sensitive to what others might be feeling. You see that when someone gets defensive, they might be protecting their pride, their dreams, their dignity. Instead of attacking them, you can approach with compassion. You can say, I respect you, or I'm not questioning your worth. I just want us to understand each other better. That kind of empathy can turn enemies into allies and pain into peace. The identity conversation is often invisible, but it carries the loudest voice. It tells you whether to open up or shut down, whether to attack or connect. When you learn to hear, understand it, and speak to it with kindness, you grow not only as a communicator, but as a person. You become someone who can handle truth with grace, who can face feedback with confidence, and who can walk through tough moments without losing your light. The most powerful message you can give yourself in any difficult conversation is this: I am still me. I am enough. I am learning. I am growing. And this moment is just part of my journey. Thank you for listening. And please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.